How you doing, guys? We're back with part 2 of Scary Animation. Alright, I think there's 2 or 3 stories in one compilation. Are you ready? Make sure the door's open, ready so you can escape. Here we go. True elevator horror story animated.
When I was 19 years old in 1985 on New Year's Eve, a bunch of my friends and I went to a rooftop bar of a hotel. About a half hour before midnight, I ran down to my car because I had forgotten my camera.
Forgot your camera?
I have plenty of time to get back up there and find my friends.
Oh.
I grabbed my camera and I got into an elevator all by myself.
Would you go in the elevator by yourself, guys? I can't see that being as a big problem. I know people who will not go in the elevator at all. They are literally scared of elevators. Let me know down below, guys, if you're scared to go in the elevator.
Halfway up,
level 3,
the elevator started shaking and it stopped completely. I was trapped. I have always had a problem with confined spaces, so this was not an ideal situation for me. After a few minutes, everything went silent that was going on outside. Then out of nowhere, the elevator lights went out, and I started to hear children laughing. But this was not the type of place where children would be. My heart started beating faster and faster and harder.
Yeah, same. Children laughing, echoing around the elevator, lights flickering. Would you be scared? Seriously, I know what I'll be feeling like.
Then all of a sudden, I passed out. As I woke up, I noticed that I could not move or talk.
What's happened to his body?
Not sleep paralysis again.
What?
Then the lights started to flicker on and off, and then all of a sudden, I see a black figure to the left of me in the corner of the elevator, crouching down, smiling.
What is that? What is that in the corner of that elevator? It looks like, what is it? Wow.
I tried to scream, but nothing would come out. I tried to move, but I couldn't. A guy came over the loudspeaker and told me there was an electrical short and that he would have me out soon. There's a camera in the elevator, so to the security guard it looked like I was just laying there. I guess they figured I was drunk, being that it's New Year's. Anyway,
New Year's.
Every attempt to scream or move that figure would just start laughing at me.
It's a head with no eyes, no nose, no eyebrows. It's just a mouth. If you're not scared of that, then you've got some problems.
This whole time the lights are flickering. Then all of a sudden, I can hear the huge crowds counting down for New Year's. 10. The dark figure is staring at me, and now with a menacing smile, with 10 fingers up. 9. He's still looking at me with 9.
Oh my gosh, he's got 2 eyes now. He had 1 eye. He's got another eye now. He's got 2 eyes.
He was still looking at me.
But he's got a nose.
Fingers up, and he's closer. 7. The same thing. 6. The same thing.
No.
5. The same thing. 4.
Hello. Hello? Hello? You idiot! Idiot! My heart was just pounding then. I've come across a guy in the elevator. At the beginning, he just had a mouth. Then all of a sudden, he had 1 eye, then he had 2 eyes, then he was doing the countdown. 10, 9. It was freaky. I'm glad you gave me that call actually, because now I can have a little breather. Ooh. Let me know down below, guys. You got to be letting me know. I need to know how you're feeling about these animations. If they're scary or do you think they're funny? Just put scary or funny down below. I'll be reading. Listen, you be laughing, alright? Because I'm sure we're going to do this together. In fact, we're going to do this together. I'm going to do it with Tiana. I'm going to do it with Mom. We're going to do it with probably Jordan. We're all going to watch these videos. Let's see who is scared. Right, I'm going. It's peaking, this is. Bye. Here we go. Sorry about that, guys.
He's drooling, and he's much closer.
He's slavering.
3. He's closer. 2. He was closer. Then the lights quit flickering, and it was pitch black. Then all of a sudden, outside went silent again. I felt breathing in my right ear.
Ooh.
And then out of nowhere, I hear 1. I couldn't breathe. The light started to flicker again, and then the figure was on my chest. And all of a sudden, it was gone.
Oh,
and I can talk and move again. Usually when I have sleep paralysis, something bad happens. Once I got out of the elevator an hour later, I found out that there was a brawl during the countdown on the rooftop bar that I was at.
That looks like a proper mess. If that's how you party New Year's, seriously, you've got some issues. Look at the mess they've made.
Maniac who was waiting until the end of the countdown to start hacking up people with a machete. Ever since then,
my diggly donkey do!
Paralysis episode.
Oh! How did you cope, guys? Has your mum run out? Has your dad run out the house? Have you run out? Have you gone upstairs? Or are you under the bed? Let me know. How did you get on? True pizza delivery. Horror Story 2 animated. True pizza delivery. What could go wrong?
I lived in a city in central Ohio that begins with a C and has a big college that I lived near. I attended a different college than the one I mentioned and made the 20-minute drive from the city to that college.
Okay.
I also worked nights as a pizza delivery man in the city and the surrounding suburbs.
You put in your work in, that's good, that's good.
I had an order in the town where my college is located, which is a smaller suburban city northwest of my home city. Now, this call occurred during what my coworkers and I refer to as the dead hour, which is just before the shop closed at 1 in the morning.
Gosh, you're working late.
I begrudgingly took the pizzas, got in the car, and plugged the address into the GPS. I noticed that the house was located off on a back road in what looked like a sparsely populated area.
Ooh.
Not thinking much of this, I drove up Route 315 to I-270 East and exited. After passing through downtown, the cemetery, and the college, I drove through some sub-developments and then onto a smaller road where the house was located.
Seriously, I just think someone's going to take that pizza off him. That's the only scary part. I think he's going to be involved in some kind of pizza theft.
The GPS notified me that I had arrived to my destination, but to my surprise, the house was boarded up. I noticed that there was a small shed in the back of the house that had a small window.
I won't deliver to that shed. I would not.
In the window. At this point, almost every red flag had gone off in my head.
What's wrong with you?
But I knew my hard-ass boss would be pissed if I went down on the...
Calm down! You're just delivering a pizza! Why are you sweating? Going all red? Freaking out? That's your job! You deliver pizzas! Calm down!
Delivery. So I proceeded towards the shed. As I got closer to the shed, I heard a rustling in the bushes next to the driveway. Then I heard a man whisper,
"Here they come, Billy. 45, 45.
At that point, a man jumped out of the bushes and 2 other men jumped out of the shed. They were carrying knives and were wearing these long robes and white masks. I made it back to the car just in time. One of the assailants managed to slip my arm. As I escaped, I could see the assailant standing in the middle of the road looking pissed. I probably drove 90 miles per hour on the way back.
90 miles an hour? Nah, you can get more speed out of that car. The car, you should be over 100, at least over 100 miles an hour. That's what you need to be doing in that car when you see someone like that attacking you with knives. Seriously.
When I got to the shop, everyone looked shocked.
See the car?
After explaining everything to them, we contacted the police and dispatched a few officers to the house.
Yes, for real.
When they got there, the assailants were gone. They found some drug paraphernalia in the shed.
Disgraceful.
Some ropes and some weird torture equipment.
What? Damn! True road trip. Horror Story animated. Something's going to go wrong on the road then.
Throughout upstate New York. On our second night of driving, we were taking some peaceful back road through the woods because we were tired of the noisy highway.
Okay.
So as we were driving down this narrow, dilapidated road, Tom suddenly really needed to use the bathroom.
Why do you look like you want to go to the toilet? Why do you look like that? I mean, come on, who looks like that when you want to go for a wee-wee or a poo-poo? Why would you want to look like that? It's just the weirdest.
I asked him if he could hold
and
it,
that voice.
But he said that if he held it any longer, his bladder would explode. So I just sighed and tried to find like a gas station or something. There was nothing to be seen though. So I was thinking about pulling over and letting him in the woods, but finally I saw lights cutting through the dark.
Come on! I mean, did you hear that? That was just not good. Pull over and have a psst in the woods. You might be doing that on a badger. That will have that tackle off you.
Ahead. It was a 7-Eleven, thank God. Before I'd even parked the car, Tom flew out the door and raced inside.
What's going off, man? What's going off,
I
man?
realized while waiting in the dark car I was actually hungry, so I pulled out some change from my pocket. It would at least be enough for a bag of Cheetos or something. Then I went
Cheetos.
inside. As I was walking through the store examining everything on the shelves, I felt a tingly feeling on my neck, like I was being watched.
Oh, I've had them feelings before. Ooh, make you shiver, don't they, guys? We've all been there. Ooh.
Found and saw a bearded man in a yellow suit casually slip into the other aisle. I rolled my eyes, picked up a bag of Cheez-Its, purchased them, and walked out back to my car, looking at the dark woods behind the 7-Eleven.
That looks horrible. That music's
Tom had been
horrible.
gone forever, so I texted him and he told me he was just finishing taking a huge shit. Which was
Finished?
classic
Eh?
Tom.
Disgusting.
I was just crunching on my Cheez-Its when I heard somebody go, psst. Psst. I quickly looked around but saw nobody.
Oh!
Finally, I spotted a man peeking his head around a tree in the dark woods. His face was all dirty,
He's got chicken pox.
and he had glassy eyes. We stood staring at each other for what seemed like the longest time,
Ugh.
until he said, "Come over here."
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that voice. Come over here. Come over here. That is awful.
Show you something. Hell no. I got in my car and locked the doors.
That's right. Come on. Get gone. Drive.
Later on, he walked out the doors and climbed into the car, and I hit the gas to get as far away from that f***ing place as possible.
Come on, fast.
As we were driving, I looked back one last time in the rearview mirror and saw 3 cloaked, bulky men standing in the trees surrounding the 7-Eleven. Needless to say, I still have no idea what the f*** was going on at that place, nor do I ever want to find out.
Oh my gosh, that is the weirdest. Oh, these are intense. True camping. A lone, scary story.
I'm 21 years
Camping.
old. A few weeks ago, my parents decided to go to Lebanon for a few days while I stayed home. I was happy to have a few days to myself, so I decided to drive to the lake which my family went camping at when I was small.
You just know camping's going to be bad, isn't it? When you go out into the forest at night, something's going to be a bit weird. It's going to be spooky.
I decided
Never
to
done
go
it, but it's
one night.
obvious.
As I got there, I decided to dare myself into skinny dipping since I was alone.
Skinny dipping.
To be honest, it was quite refreshing and relaxing.
We've got a camping weirdo who's gone skinny dipping. Oh, put your shorts back on, dude. Get them back on.
As it was getting dark, I took out some firewood to dry up with a campfire.
Why ain't this guy wearing any clothes? What is wrong with you? There could be other families in the forest camping, doing their thing. There could be a dog walker, and you there by the fire, naked. That is just wrong.
Lunch. That night, I dared myself into sleeping naked under my towel as I would never get another chance like this. As I woke up, I was shocked. My towel was gone. I couldn't find my clothes either. I felt scared as this meant I wasn't alone in the woods. To my luck, my car keys weren't stolen, so I decided to get home. However, since I was
no,
staying
the man's
home
gonna...
tonight, I didn't bring any extra clothes. Due to my
He's driving the car naked now. Seriously, come on, I've never seen nothing like it. This is another level now. You've gone camping, you've gone skinny dipping, now you got no clothes, you got no towel, you got nothing. You got your car key and your car key only. You're driving the car now naked.
those barely used roads to avoid any exposure to the public.
The only thing
It was a
scary about
bumpy
this is
ride,
you.
But it was worth it. After a few hours, I saw a man in the distance near the road.
Oh no, you're not going to steal his clothes. You're not going to steal his clothes. You can't do that. I've got a feeling he's going to steal his clothes. No, just... He's going to steal his clothes.
He hit his head on a rock. Despite my condition, I knew I needed to stop and give him some help. But as I saw him, I realized he was wearing the same clothes I wore yesterday. I got out to ask if he's okay, but he didn't move. As I got closer, he grabbed my hand and looked at me. He had wide eyes and a huge terrifying smile.
Oh, what's with his nose? His nose is like a toe. It's like my big toe. What in the name am I seeing here?
I was more scared than I like to admit. I quickly got in my car and drove away.
It's like a
I reached
caveman.
home by sunset, and it took me a few minutes to get the balls to run to my front door. I have no return.
Emoji on his bum cheeks like his joke. Oh my gosh. That was the weirdest I've ever seen. I just cannot believe I'm finding these a little bit scary, these animated stories. I need to see Tiana, I need to see your mum do the same sort of video. And let me know which story you found the most scariest, if you did find them scary, 1, 2 or 3. And some video ideas, because we're back and we're staying on the Wilson family, where you're gonna see all sorts of different content. It's gonna be fun, guys. So make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be first to watch. Hope you enjoy. Peace.